Hi everybody! So today I wanted to talk about my first trimester. I'm going into my second trimester. So far so good. Yeah, so maybe I'll first start with December and when I felt like I was pregnant. So yeah, so first of all, my husband and I started to try for a baby in November, and we thought it would take a long time because I have PCOS. And usually it takes a while to get pregnant, or sometimes it's just not something that happens for some women. So we were kind of in the situation where we said, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, and we'll figure something else out. Yeah, so we started trying and I got pregnant in the beginning of December. But I didn't find out I was pregnant until January 14th. So yeah, I was almost a month and a half, or about 7 or 8 weeks before I actually had it confirmed that I was pregnant. So in December, I felt super tired. I've never felt such fatigue in all my life. Like, it was literally, I would wake up in the morning, I would be good for a couple of hours, and then I was like wiped. I was ready to just take a nap anytime, anywhere. And yeah, I also had shortness of breath, which I still have, so if I'm breathing heavy and taking breaths, that's why. And I had like a slight unwell feeling, but I didn't have extreme nausea ever in my pregnancy. I find week 8 was probably the time when I had the most nausea, where I had to make sure that I woke up around 5 a.m. every morning and ate some kind of a carb. That way I wouldn't wake up with morning sickness. Yeah, but once I figured that out, I was good. And I don't have to do that anymore. I just wake up naturally and have some breakfast. Yeah, so December. I kind of had a feeling that I was pregnant. I kept joking around with my husband that I was pregnant, and that's why I was so tired. But then I would also have it in my mind where I thought I was so tired because it was Christmas time. We planned a lot of things, Christmas parties with friends, family, New Year's Eve dinner, all of that. So I kind of thought maybe I was really stressed because of those things. I had a lot to do. And I kind of just, I had this feeling where I felt pregnant, but at the same time I didn't want to get my hopes up. So I was like, no, I'll just wait. And then a week before Christmas, my husband and I were like, okay, let's take a test and then we can surprise family at Christmas if it's positive. Because I really felt pregnant at that moment. And I actually would have been about 5, maybe 4 or 5 weeks at that moment. But the test came out negative. And I was super confused because I just felt pregnant. I'm sure a lot of other women know what I'm talking about, where you just have that feeling and it just didn't go away. So yeah, I was disappointed and a little bit sad, but I was still like, okay, like, we'll keep trying, it's not a big deal. But the symptoms just didn't go away even after everything was done. So in January, on January 14th, I woke up and I felt off. Like, I thought maybe I had caught the flu. I wasn't throwing up or anything, but I just felt unwell. And yeah, so I went downstairs, and even though I felt sick, I felt super hungry at the same time, which is weird because usually when I feel sick, I don't feel hungry. Yeah, so I went and made some breakfast, and I really love like avocado toast with eggs and a little bit of ketchup. So I made that and I was super excited to eat it. And I went to put it into my mouth, and I just like, just thinking about it makes me want to gag a little bit. I just started gagging and I couldn't stop. Like, oh, yeah, since being pregnant, I hate the smell and the taste and the thought of ketchup. Before I was pregnant, I ate ketchup on like all the normal things, but after being pregnant, like, no ketchup ever. And citric acid, I can really taste citric acid in everything. And it kind of sucks because citric acid is used a lot for like preserving and for flavor enhancing, so none of that. Yeah, so after that episode on January 14th, I felt kind of like moody as well, where I didn't even want anybody to like look at me. And it's a weird feeling because normally I'm pretty easygoing, but I just felt like, I don't know, I felt really cranky. And I had gotten kind of into an argument with my husband about something so stupid. Yeah. And even while we were arguing and I was thinking about it, realistically, I was like, Christina, like, I think you're just starting this argument and it's not going anywhere. And so, yeah. So that happened. And then I was like, okay, like, I feel so off. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm taking a pregnancy test, whatever. So I was actually really angry before I took the pregnancy test. And I was like, if I'm not pregnant, I don't even know what's wrong with me. Like, I'm done. And so I took the test, and like, all of a sudden I was looking at it, and then like the second line started to pop up, and I was like, no. And I was like, what? Really? And like, I just had like this whole like overwhelming feeling come over me, and I cried for probably like 2 hours. Happy tears, scared tears, tears about how I just started a fight with my husband. All of the emotions. And yeah, it was just, I don't know, I think it still didn't feel real. So yeah, my husband was on his way home, and I was just like texting him to come home. I wanted to talk to him, and I called my sister and I told her I was pregnant. And yeah, it was just such a fun time telling everybody, like my close family. And yeah, just the feeling when I told my husband, and to see the look on his face was just so cute. I'm getting a little bit emotional. Yeah, but that comes with pregnancy. I get really emotional when I think about babies and when I think about dogs. Yeah, it's like, I'll just be watching a TV show and there'll be a dog and it'll be sad, or at least I think it looks sad, and I'll just start crying and just tell my husband that, like, I can't believe that people are so mean to dogs. And like, he's just like, oh, okay, I don't think anybody was mean to him, he looks fine. But yeah, just like when I see commercials of babies or puppies, I'm just crying. Yeah, so first trimester, super fatigue, out of breath, not so much nausea, and emotional when it comes to babies and puppies. Other than that, that's mostly my symptoms. Oh yeah, and the hate for ketchup. It's not even a dislike, it's a strong hate. Also, one thing that surprised me is that I don't like chocolate anymore. Which is so weird because I really loved chocolate before I was pregnant. That was always my go-to treat was chocolate everything. And now I only like chocolate if it's paired with banana, and if it's milk chocolate, milk chocolate ice cream is okay, but anything dark chocolate or really rich chocolate, I don't want it. It tastes super bitter to me. As far as my cravings go, I do crave sweets, but not chocolate. So I really love, like, my mom made this banana cake with brown butter frosting, and I think that was probably my most favorite thing that I've eaten in the last 2 months. Yeah, I really love that. I love pistachio ice cream. It sounds weird, but it's my thing. And I've been loving berries and yogurt. What else? Butter croissants, fruit, like pastries. I really love those. Yeah, I will crave a hamburger every once in a while, but it has to be Wendy's for some reason. I don't know why. That's the only one that I crave. I don't want McDonald's, Burger King, none of those, just Wendy's. What else? Oh, and one other thing that I've been loving are my smoothies. So I make a green smoothie just about every day. I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks. I am low in iron, so I'm trying to get lots of spinach and berries and meats and all of that in. So yeah, I have been drinking my smoothie. This is about 2 to 3 cups of spinach, which you can't taste in it. About 3/4 cup of peach mango, no sugar added juice, and then 1 full frozen banana. So I'm loving that. It tastes like a tropical starburst. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I don't really crave anything salty, except I will crave some of the Hawkins cheesies. I'll put a little picture so you can see what ones I'm talking about. But really, I only crave those every once in a while, and I just crave a couple of them. Same with the Flaming Hot Cheetos. I'll crave those every once in a while, but I usually eat less than a handful and then I'm good. Yeah, it's mostly sweets that I've been craving. And yeah, so that was my first trimester. It was hectic. It was scary just because I really still don't know what I'm doing. I didn't really know how I felt about it. I was super happy, but I still felt very uneasy, I guess, about growing a human in my body and having to push that out. Yeah. Things have gotten, I've become more comfortable with it, I guess. Like the first ultrasound, the baby just looked like a little bean. I'll put a picture, and I didn't really have a lot of feelings towards it. I don't know, because like, I don't know, but it worried me because I was like, am I not going to have that motherly instinct? But then the second ultrasound, where it actually looked like a baby, all of a sudden I had like kind of this warm feeling where I felt comfortable and I felt like things would be okay. And yeah, I've been feeling really good ever since. And that was about 13, when I was about 13 and a half weeks. And I'm about 14 weeks now. No, then it would have been about 13 weeks before. Yeah, so yeah, it's a weird process. It's weird, it's fun, sometimes not so fun, sometimes scary, and I'm ready for it. I think it's going to be a journey of a lifetime, and my husband's ready for it. He's excited. Yeah. yeah, but I think that's it for my first trimester. If there's anything in particular you guys want to know about, definitely feel free to leave questions below. And if you're also in your first trimester, or you're having a baby, or you want to have a baby, I would love to hear your thoughts as well. Yeah, on babies, I guess. I love connecting with like other mothers and mothers to be and all of that. So yeah, I hope you guys like these videos. I will be doing more. I want to do more vlog type style ones so you can get to know me and my husband and kind of see the whole like life process, I guess you could say. Yeah, so we'll be doing lots more. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening to my first trimester update, and I will talk to you guys soon.